A lot of people are wondering what to expect when my baby's born, what all is it going to have on it and all that. So I'm just here to show you some little brief pictures. So, I can't have a real baby here to show you. So this is just an idea of what to expect when your baby is born. The first thing you might notice once the baby gets up here on your chest, you might notice, like, what is that white stuff all over the baby? And this is that white, it's just a protective coating on the baby. It's called Vernix. This helps protect the baby from the amniotic fluid. Imagine what if you didn't have that, swim in there for 9 months in that amniotic fluid, what it looked like. When we stay in the water too long, we get all wrinkly and everything. So this is just that protective coating for the baby. As they get close to that due date, when they're term, they will get less and less of this white cheesy stuff, okay? But it's called Vernix. And then what we don't get off during the bath time, the body will gradually reabsorb all that off, okay? And if you choose not to, if you don't want us to wipe the Vernix off, we won't do that. Some moms prefer that the Vernix stay on, and they might massage it into the baby a little bit more. So you just tell us what you'd like to do, or they want us to delay the bath, just for that purpose. Just let us know, and we'll honor your wishes, okay? The next thing we're going to talk about is, oh my goodness, the shape of my baby's head. You might notice that your baby's head is misshapen, like cone shaped. I promise you that is the way the baby's head is made for it to allow to do this, to come through that birth canal, because that's a pretty tight squeeze for that baby to come through there, okay? So it's made to shape like that when it comes through. But I guarantee you, before you go home, you'll notice a big difference, on the day of birth and on the day that you go home, okay? And this is just 24 hours after birth. So you see a big difference, okay? You don't have to rub it or shape it if you don't want to, because like I said, it goes down on its own, okay? The next thing we're going to talk about is you might notice some little white bumps on the baby's face. That is called milia, or some people might call those milk bumps, okay? That's little clogged skin pores. That will go away on its own. You don't have to do anything special to that, okay? Let's turn that around where you can see better, okay? You might see them around the nose area or the chin or the forehead and stuff like that. But like I said, that will go away on its own. The next thing we're going to talk about that you might notice on your baby is the little the little red blotches on the baby. They might look like little bug bites almost. That is typical, what we call newborn acne or newborn rash. It is, believe it or not, it's just the hormones from the pregnancy, okay? Once all those hormones get out of the baby's system, this will go away on its own. Some babies have it like sporadically. Some babies have it from head to toe. But like I said, you don't have to do anything to it. Like I said, it'll go away on its own once the hormones get out of the baby's system, okay? The next thing we're going to talk about is little stork bites, okay? We've got 2 pictures of that. Some of those little red splotches that you see on the nape of the neck, or you might see in this picture here, the forehead right there. These are pinkish looking and flat, and they're what they call they're dilated blood vessels. They will have a tendency, like if the baby was to get cold or if they get mad, they brighten up a little bit, but then they'll fade, okay? But those are called stork bites, and usually the way you see them is like on the forehead or on the eyelids or the nape of the neck, okay? All right, and the last thing I'm going to talk about is you might notice some bluish little spots on the baby's back or a little sacral, the booty area, sometimes on the shoulders. Those are called Mongolian spots, and I do believe they've renamed those, but you mainly find these in the African American race or the Asian babies or Middle Eastern and stuff like that, okay? These will eventually over time fade, okay, and some don't, okay, but these are called Mongolians. They're not bruises, okay? So a lot of people, call us to the nursery, back to the room and say, hey, I got a bruise on my baby, can you look at it? That's a Mongolian spot, okay? A few other things that you might, it was back to the molding, you might notice a little extra knot. Sometimes it happens during the birthing process. When they're coming through the birth canal, there might be what we call capit. It's just some extra fluid in between the scalp and the skull of the baby. That will go away over time. Also, there might sometimes some little blood vessels might break up in there. It's called a cephalohematoma. Those will also go away over time, okay? But other than that, that's to prepare you for what your baby might look like when it's born. But like I said, we'll honor you. If you don't, some moms like, no, let's clean the baby off before you put the baby on my chest. But we'll do anything you want us.